All-Stars, Pro Bowlers, Hall of Famers, an Olympic gold medal, a Heisman Trophy, 2 Super Bowl rings, and 2 World Series MVPs. Enough records, awards, and memories to fill an encyclopedia. In the 1950s and 60s, one Omaha neighborhood, less than 2 square miles in size, single-handedly produced Nebraska's greatest generation of athletes. They came from the same schools and coaches, the same gyms and sandlots. They carried the same dreams. In the face of segregation and discrimination, they pushed each other to break barriers. Together in triumph, they put North Omaha on the map. Together in heartbreak, they watched it burn.
That 2 square miles produced an incredible, diverse number of national level athletes.
Bob Gibson, a Harlem Globetrotter turned St. Louis Cardinal, defined dominance with a 1.12 ERA in 1968. He also won 2 World Series MVPs and 2 Cy Youngs. Bob Boozer, a sweet shooting gentle giant, earned an Olympic gold medal and an NBA championship ring. Roger Sayers, a sprinter at Omaha University, staked his claim in 1962 as the world's fastest man. He beat Bullet Bob Hayes. Gale Sayers, perhaps the most dazzling running back in football history, made first-team All-Pro 4 times with the Chicago Bears. Marlon Briscoe became the first black man to start a professional game at quarterback. Then he earned 2 Pro Bowls and played in 2 Super Bowls as a wide receiver. Ron Boone, a late bloomer out of Omaha Tech, finished 3rd all-time in ABA scoring. Johnny Rodgers. He watched all those heroes go through his neighborhood before seizing his own glory. 2 national championships and a Heisman Trophy later, he remains one of the greatest college football players ever.
I'm talking about Hall of Fame baseball, Hall of Fame basketball, Heisman Trophy. I mean, we're talking about the upper crust from these 2 square miles.
It was very extraordinary, and I don't know that it could be recreated.
I was pretty proud of these guys because, I knew them for one, everybody. I knew Gibson when he was much younger, lived over on Pinckney, and you knew about Bob. He was an incredible athlete, and Boozer, of course, he played at Tech High. He was, an incredible player there. And so, when you see these guys are, making it as pro athletes, it is a sense of pride. And most of the athletes, of course, hey, I played with this guy, so it was that sort of thing. Yeah, if only I had, maybe I could have been me.
It was a culture of excellence in athletics that kept feeding on itself.
What it was a reflection of, or what it said to me was, man, if we are capable of this in this small space, with about a square mile of individuals in it, if we are capable of this, what are we really capable of? What could we really do? How far could we really go?
And Bob Gibson used to ref the basketball games down in Kellam. And I remember playing down there in a league and having him call some fouls. I thought were bad calls, but you didn't mess with Bob, though. So you kept that to yourself.
We're producing great athletes today. The one difference I think may be that our community was so contained and so packaged that it was family. Different now, let's say the African American athletes are spread all over the city.
All of these folks coming from just this one area made you realize that there was something special about this area. And I still think there's something special about this area today.
Marlon Briscoe, though, went on to become the first black quarterback you know, after he was drafted in '68, and just to start in the NFL.
When I got that opportunity, I seized the moment and made sure that I represented. I realized the magnitude and the importance of me being successful. If I had not been successful at what I did in 1968, a lot of the black quarterbacks that followed me would not have gotten an opportunity so soon.
The Great Migration began during World War I and surged again in World War II. Millions of blacks, most of them children and grandchildren of slaves, left the South in search of better jobs, schools, and often refuge from the KKK. They resettled in northern cities like Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Kansas City, and Omaha. Why Omaha? The Union Stockyards.
The Omaha Union Stockyards is outstanding evidence that the wealth and economic life of Nebraska is directly dependent on agriculture, the most important segment of which is the livestock industry. The Union Stockyards Company of Omaha, which commenced business in 1884, was responsible for making Omaha the great livestock market and meatpacking center it is today. Livestock from 25 states of the Union passed through the Omaha yards each year.
Man, you could smell the packing houses on a summer day, man. That south wind was blowing in there.
I lived a block from the packing house. Now, I'm not talking about 2 or 3 miles. I live a block from the packing house, from kindergarten all the way up until college. So that was just part of my fabric. That's part of my DNA. It's the ones from North Omaha that had to get adjusted to the smell. We didn't even know there was a smell.